What is up? It's your glorious host Martin, back here again with another one. You want to learn how to make this fan? So do I, because I just came up with it on the spot. Let's do it. Stop taking so long. Go to the next clip. And this guy. First, you're going to cut this box up into pieces. The long pieces, the widest pieces you can of this box. This box came from Walmart. It's like $2, okay? We gonna make a whole thing with $2. So you're gonna cut all the big pieces out and we gonna save those. Those are the main components that we need. We need that wide body piece right there. You see that? Okay? And I already cut my shape out. I'm sorry I didn't show you how the shape goes. But look, you just gonna have to figure that part out. I'm sorry. So you're gonna lay it on top and then we gonna cut the shape out. Cause I've tried to just like mark it. You can try to mark it. I tried to mark it, but it don't work for me every time. So this time I got my two bracket handles or whatever you want to call them, fastening things. You can get them at Dollar Tree, and I laid them on there so I can keep my shape nice. Okay. Then I just started cutting. As you can see, I was getting way too close to my hand. I gotta practice better safety when I'm making these props. But yeah, I'm gonna cut all the way around, and we gonna do this 3 times. Okay, we gonna do it 3 times. So be safe, be careful. As you can see, I was in a hotel, so I had to buy this little table just to do my cutting on. Otherwise, I wouldn't be cutting up the floor. But yeah, I got 2 pieces out of my 3, but you gonna need 3 pieces. Trust me, you'll need 3 pieces. And I probably did 2 boxes because I think you can only get 2 big pieces out of it. Next, we are going to lay the pole down. That pole is a broom handle from Dollar Tree. And right now, I'm just tracing it out on the top piece. You're only going to cut the top piece because the handle needs to go in between that top piece. The other 2 pieces, they're not going to do that. See how I got that line through there? That's what you need. Now you're gonna lay them all together, make sure they nice and even like, and we're gonna start putting glue in the middle. I would use hot glue. That was some Elmer's glue. I think it was that Gorilla Glue, but use any kind of glue. Make sure you just glue it really good. Next, instead of like painting it or something, I just went and got some white tape to put over the pole to make it white, and then I'm using a screwdriver, which didn't work out, which is why I have scissors over there. And you're gonna use zip tie to secure it in at least 4 different spots. So I'm using the scissors now because it makes a better hole to push through. And you're just gonna do both sides. That way, the zip tie can lash down and hold the pole in place. Like I said, you're gonna use about 4 different ones. You're just gonna go down the line. Man, I am amazing. I can't believe I came up with all this myself. Let me stop talking about myself. So then you're gonna go around and you're gonna fasten each one. I would leave personally just like maybe a ½ inch worth of zip tie still on the back because I've had a point where I cut it all the way to the end and it just pretty much slipped out. I guess me waving around. So I would definitely leave like a ½ inch worth of zip tie still attached. I mean, still poking out. And now I'm going back over and I'm doing an entire wrap of the handle with white tape because I only did one side. Now I'm painting. This was the most stressful part because I was in a bathroom that I shouldn't have been painting in, but I did it anyway. So first you're gonna do a nice coat of white paint. I did maybe 2 coats and let it dry for a few, like half a day maybe. And this whole process took me like 3 days just to paint. So as you can see, I'm painting everything. I even painted over the pole again. Then I outlined for the black paint, and I just really went slow as possible, really slow, because I didn't want to get into the middle. And I was a little bit, and I just would paint more. That's all you do. And I painted the back completely black. I didn't feel like doing both sides white. I just did the back completely black. Then I drew out the Uchiha Sharingan signs on it with a pencil and just went in with red paint and just painted over, well, inside of those bubbles. And that's it. That's how you do the Madara fan. Make sure you subscribe, like, come back for more. And if you don't come back for more, I'm hunting you down, okay? That's just how this goes.